Hey you guys, let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can see me. I've been trying to get my StreamYard together, so that's the reason why I'm a little bit late on this live stream. But let me see if I can find the link because I got Mama Adrian's looking for it. How are y'all doing today? How are you doing? We're on day 2. Didn't realize I had this on my shirt. Y'all pick up my baby and he touches anything and it touches me. Y'all, he does not care. Okay. So let me see if I can get the link for the stream so I can share it in the group. Let me know how's your week going so far. We're on Tuesday, and usually by Tuesday, you know if it's going to be an excellent week or if it's going to be a little tough. Let me know your prediction for this week. Okay, let me share this. The other thing, okay, let me share it in the group too. Okay. So let me know also if y'all saw yesterday's, what was your biggest takeaway from what we talked about yesterday? We mainly, if you are just now tuning in, we mainly talked about what intermittent fasting is and how you can start implementing it, how you can start implementing it immediately. Okay, how you can start implementing it so that you can get results this week. Okay, I've had people get results in the first week and lose 2 pounds and hadn't lost weight in months, been stuck at a certain weight. I've had people lose 6 pounds in a week or in a 5-day challenge, really not even a full week. I've lost 8 pounds during an intermittent fasting challenge. So it's very easy to lose weight during this. So I want to make sure I'm sharing this with you guys and make sure everybody can jump in here. I meant to create an event in my group, but we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to pull up my slides while I talk. But today, what I really want to share with you guys is the pros and cons of each intermittent fasting style. Okay. Yesterday, we kind of dove into the different styles of intermittent fasting. We talked about OMAD fasting. We talked about eat, stop, eat. We talked about 16-8. We talked about alternate day fasting. We talked about all of those different styles, right? And today, I really want to give you the lowdown in the dish on what are the pros and cons with no bias of the different types of intermittent fasting. Okay. So let's get into it, y'all. I'm pulling up my slides. But first, I want to ask you, and I'll kind of just tell you kind of my favorite. I want to ask you, what is your favorite style of intermittent fasting? So if you've been intermittent fasting for a few months or a few years, if you have experience with intermittent fasting, what is your favorite style of intermittent fasting? And why? I want to know why. Because I'm really interested to know. I know a lot of people enjoy the 16-8 style of fasting. A lot of people enjoy, OMAD style, alternate day fasting. I think different styles work for different things. And we're going to talk about that today. And just in my opinion, like my personal favorite is probably 16-8 fasting or OMAD style. I like them both. I get results with them both, but I get different type of results. And that's what we're going to talk about. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let me pull this up. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, perfect. All right, so pros and cons of intermittent fasting styles. All right, this is everything you need to know. All right. Okay, I see Mama Adrian's on. Good morning. Good morning. So excited to have you on here. All right, so this is day 2, you guys. Yesterday, we talked about what intermittent fasting is. What the heck is intermittent fasting? For everybody who hears it all over, they see people getting results with it, but they don't really know what it is or what to do to practice it. And I kind of also showed you some results. I talked about my results with it. I talked about some other ladies' results with it and how it's helping women to succeed in their fitness journey with less work, less exercise, and just in general, helping you get to the results and also get to the mental clarity, the results in other areas. I talked about how our weight is not always the main problem. It's not always the biggest thing is getting to just the skinniest weight. That's not always the goal. The goal is being the healthiest that you can be, mind, body, and spirit. And that's the way that I coach. That's the way I'm always going to teach. You're always going to see it. If you don't like it, there are other people who can tell you how to get as skinny as possible. Okay. I'm here to tell you how to be as healthy as you can be, body, mind, and spirit. So today I'm going to be sharing some practical tips that you should keep in mind, as well as the pros and cons of these fasting styles. So I'm very excited about that. Let me also grab this link and send this out to email. That's what I meant to do. Send this to everybody on the email list so they have it. Okay, so I think I got everything to send it. Okay, so we're done with that. We're good. All right, we're good. All right. I'm fast today. Okay, so this is the general idea. Before we get started, if you need a plan that is just for you, I would love to invite you to a new thing that I'm doing. Okay, this is a Fast Wins Accelerated Results Program. It is 6 weeks only, although I will, of course, invite you if I feel like you'd be a great fit to do long-term coaching with me. But this is a short program, 6 weeks. I'm helping you to get results in that first 6 weeks so you can get the confidence to push yourself forward for the next 6 months, 6 years, 60 years, whatever you need to do, right, for the rest of your life. I'm going to be giving you an intermittent fasting regimen with 3 phases, 2-hour a week exercise regimen. So literally it's going to be 2 hours a week total. If you can't commit to 2 hours a week, I don't know what to tell you. Very, very easy to commit to, and you're going to get optimal results from it. I'm doing a 6-week meal plan with high plant-based meals. So this will work for you if you eat meat, but we're going to be upping the amount of plants in your diet so that you can get the best results, but also get to the best nutrition that you can in a short amount of time. I'm including some fun foods, y'all. Love to have those fun foods in there, and the group camaraderie of women working together to get the same result in that 6 weeks. This is an accelerated program. I have long-term programs. My one-on-one coaching, Best You Blueprint, is an accelerated program. Okay. No, I'm sorry. The Best You Blueprint is a long-term program. This is an accelerated program for people who need to get those results just to get the confidence to keep pushing forward and really need to get it. If this sounds like something that you need to do before summer, comment me. And you can do that, or you can book a call and I'll share the info with you. So let's get into these pros and cons, you guys. Let's get into it. I'm excited about this. Okay, let's first talk about the 16-8 style of fasting. For anybody who's confused about it, eating in an 8-hour window and fasting for the other 16 hours of the day, including sleep, this is 16-8. So for example, one thing that I started out with was fasting between 12 noon and 8 p.m. Every single day, I would do 12 noon to 8 p.m. Even on the weekends, it worked for me. Saved me a lot of time, honestly. I used to just eat as soon as I woke up. And this really helped me to kind of prolong that, to understand and listen to my hunger cues, and to manage my weight. So let's kind of get into what the pros and cons are. And if you can guess some, and I want you to put some in the comments as we talk about this. What are some of the pros that you see of 16-8 fasting? Okay, let's talk about the pros first. So it is generally easy to do. That's one of the great things about it. It can fit into pretty much anybody's schedule. Generally extremely easy to do. And it's great if you like to be social, if you like to eat dinner with your family and lunch with your family. Like if you have a family at home and you like to cook for your kids or your husband or whatever, right? This is great, because if you're eating between 12 and 8, the only meal that you're really not eating at the normal time is breakfast. So that really kind of improves your social eating, right? And it does get you results. In those first few weeks, you're going to get results with 16-8 fasting. Okay. It's going to help you to get used to fasting so you can tap into your real hunger cues. And after you do it for a while, you'll realize, like, I'm not hungry as soon as I wake up anymore. So that's the cool thing about it. It is really great for practicing. It's really, really great for practicing and still getting results. So in your first few weeks, 16-8, try it. Don't jump right into doing OMAD or, some other type of fasting. Try 16-8 fasting. That's my recommendation. Some of the cons are it is mostly for weight management. Okay. When you first start, I believe you will lose weight in the first 2 weeks with 16-8 fasting, maybe in the first 2, 4, 6 months with 16-8 intermittent fasting. Okay. Long term, though, as your body kind of gets used to it, you may not continue losing weight at the same pace, and it can be great for weight management. So for me, once I got to my goal weight, I was mostly just sticking to 16/8 fasting because it helps me to kind of keep my food thoughts, my cravings in check. And it also helps me to stay at the weight that I like and appreciate on my body. Okay. Your body gets used to it. That's like a con. Okay. Eventually, I feel like your body gets used to it. And then it might mean that you're skipping out on breakfast foods. So if you're somebody who you like a good oatmeal, smoothie, pancake, and you like to eat it in the morning when you first wake up, it may be hard for you. Okay. Although one practice that I do now that kind of helps me to stay on track is having my breakfast foods as the first thing that I eat. So for me, I really try to keep that low wheat. I do just a smoothie with sea moss, nuts, nut butters, fruit is really what I have in the morning. So it might be, I'm not in the morning, but when I break that fast, so it might be pineapple slices, watermelon. It might be that smoothie bowl that I love. It's like one of my go-to things. And it's pretty much it. I don't do much else. Although some people do, they might do like an oatmeal or something like that. And those are fine. Okay. So those are pros and cons of 16/8 style of fasting. Let me know if any of those apply to you in the comments. OMAD style. So this is a cool style of intermittent fasting. You basically fast for most of the day, including your sleep, of course, but you fasting for most of the day and you're eating inside of a maybe 2, maybe 3 hour window. Some people even do 4 hours, okay, and fast for 20 hours. Either one, you're going to be getting results with, and either one is still considered OMAD style intermittent fasting, okay? So between 20 and 22 hours fasted, between 2 and 4 hours in an eating window, especially if you need to get a lot of calories in. So this is great for weight loss fast, okay? Really great for it. It's done by many bodybuilders and people building muscle because it improves your HGH levels. Really, all intermittent fasting improves your HGH levels, which is human growth hormone. And that's what we need to get that toned look. That's what we need to build the muscle under our layer of fat so that we can, look strong and sexy, strong and toned, right? Get that shape that we want to our body. So it is done by a lot of bodybuilders, done by a lot of people building muscle or getting toned. It's also cool because if you are like me, another challenger I talked to yesterday, she said the same thing. You can eat more carbs if you are carb sensitive doing this type of fasting. I don't play with it as much with the 16/8 style of fasting because your body can still respond. It's not a huge fasting window, so your body can still respond to those carbs. But if you're doing one meal a day, you have a little more leeway. And that's the cool thing. So, yeah, you can definitely eat more carbs if you're carb sensitive doing this style. Look at all these flies. And then some of the cons, as you can probably guess, are that you can definitely get hungry throughout the day if you haven't practiced first. So if you jump straight from not fasting at all to this style of fasting, it can be hard and you can definitely get hungry. Okay. And it takes preparation. Okay. If you are trying to manage your weight, build muscle, or even lose weight, making sure that you have the meals at the appropriate time for this short time window can be hard. Okay, just like for example, I usually have a busy day from like around dinner time. But dinner time was the only time that I was going to be eating yesterday. But I had to make sure that I was getting in about 1,800 calories during that time of 2 hours. So that's a lot of food to eat in a short time window. I did start with a smoothie. The smoothie was like sea moss, bananas, a few cashews. I think that's all I had in the house yesterday. And then I had chickpeas, brown, like a curry chickpea stew, brown rice. It had a little coconut milk in it. I had a little Cetin, which is like a vegan protein. And then I had like a fresh garden salad, like not cauliflower, cucumbers, tomatoes, onions, peppers, carrots, stuff like that. So that was a lot of food at once. But I felt full and I felt satisfied for the day. I didn't still feel hungry, as if I ate a small meal. And so that's the only thing. You want to make sure you still get your correct amount of calories for weight loss or whatever your goal is during the time that you're eating. Okay. And then it might not be the best for your social eating. Like if you need to get in like 2,000, sometimes even 3,000 calories, in this fasting style in a short amount of time, you go into like have a salad with your friend or something, like that's not gonna be enough. You're gonna be bringing food in your lunchbox, or you're gonna have to make sure that you're there at the time, or you're eating with your family at the time that your eating window opens. So you want to be careful about that. If you're somebody who you do eat socially in your family or with your friends, make sure that you either plan it out or choose a different fasting style. Okay. And then alternate day fasting. Y'all have a little typo right there, but y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. So alternate day fasting is the last type that I talked about in this presentation, because I find other types are pretty much the same. Eat, stop, eat fasting. You eat like 500 calories on your fasted days. So you eat like a really small amount. And then the other one I talked about, I can't remember, but yeah, alternate day fasting is one that I see becoming a lot more popular. And it's cool. People do a fast feast style of fasting, to where you eat on one day and then fast the next day completely. So the pros are you can eat plenty of food on your eating days and still lose weight. So if you love to eat food, you love to try different things, this will be a great style for you. Mental clarity on 10x. Okay. The mental clarity from doing water fasting for a full like 36 hours or whatever you'd be doing it for is really crazy. And you guys have to try it at least once. If you only try it one time in your life, I want you to try it just to feel what it feels like to have that mental clarity. And you can still build muscle and lose weight simultaneously on this method, which is awesome, as long as you're making sure you're getting in the right, macronutrients and micronutrients while you're actually eating. So it's definitely possible. You can still build muscle even eating on alternate days. And then last, the cons for it are it's rough for social eating because just imagine, if you're eating with your family, you usually eat dinner with your family, you would only be able to do that every other day. And if you have like an event or something like that, you have to either be the type of person who can be flexible and still get back on track, or you have to just go and not eat, So you have to think about that. Will this work for me? If I'm the type of person that I might be fasting, but if somebody offers me a bread roll, I'm going to eat it. You know what I mean? So it's like, think about it. Is this going to be the best for you? And then it's not good for those with a bad food relationship. So if you have a tendency to binge eat, this would not be the best for you. If you have a tendency to, feel a different way about yourself, or have a lot of negative self-talk if you eat a lot of food at once, this would not be a good fasting style for you. And I would feel like even OMAD would not be a good fasting style for you. Definitely start to improve your relationship with food little by little, because it can come from years of trauma or years of disordered eating. So if you have those tendencies, be very careful with yourself and give yourself grace, and don't jump right into these intense fasting styles right away. Okay. I have to say that, and I have to give that disclaimer. So let me jump into just a few tips that I have that I really want to share with you guys that you are going to love. Okay. That are really going to help you to stay consistent with intermittent fasting throughout this challenge and just period. Okay. So first, do your research, and just kind of how we talked about the pros and cons for each fasting style. Do your research and determine which one will work best for you and your lifestyle, what you like, how you like to eat, who you like to eat with, where you like to eat, all of those different things. It has to fit into your lifestyle or it won't be easy to continue. The next one is dedicate yourself to a timed trial period with a deadline. So if you say, I'm going to give intermittent fasting my all for 2 weeks, 14 days, 14, the 5 days of this challenge. I'm going to give it 100%. I'm not going to cheat on myself. I'm going to make a promise to myself, and I'm going to make good on that promise. Make a short-term promise to yourself about trying it out. And then once you get the results from that trial period, it'll give you the confidence to want to keep doing it. But if you're kind of 1 foot in and 1 foot out to begin with, it's going to be very hard to see results, and it's going to be very hard to stick to it. And then the next one is get prepared. So if you're somebody who, if you're out during the time that will be like your eating window for intermittent fasting, make sure that you're prepared. Make sure you have your meals prepared, or make sure you know what time do you usually work out so you can plan your eating around that, or whatever it is. Think it through so that you don't have those little hiccups that just come from overthinking, or not thinking through it. Okay. What else do I have? Also, I have 2 more. The next one is adaptation to the fast. Okay. And it takes a different amount of time for different styles of fasting, but getting adapted to and getting used to intermittent fasting, I would say, especially if you start with 16-8, it takes about 2 weeks to feel comfortable and to not be hungry as soon as you wake up. Okay. I feel like it takes about 2 weeks, at least for me. When I first start, I started a few months ago, again, on an intermittent fasting routine, strictly, or not strictly, I'm still very flexible, but I started back on my normal routine of intermittent fasting a few months ago. And it took me about 2 weeks to get used to eating at 12 and eating until 8. So give yourself that 2-week period to adapt to it. You will feel a little uncomfortable at first. Okay. I just want to say that for most fasting styles, you're going to feel uncomfortable at first. But I promise you, pushing through it, you're going to get great results. Okay. And then the last one is tapping into your emotions during a fast. What are you feeling when you're craving certain things? Sometimes when we're craving sugar, it may be that we really want affection or compassion or empathy, like when we are going through a rough day and just want some sugar. It's not necessarily that we need sugar or that our body's craving something that it needs. More so, most of the time, is that we are needing some compassion, somebody to say, I see you, I appreciate you, the way you did this was great, a little bit of encouragement, right? And a lot of times we can curb that by giving ourselves what we need, and being honest with ourselves, right? For me, sometimes, okay, if I feel that way and I know that I like words of affirmation as my love language, I will turn on some affirmations, or I will recite some affirmations, or I will hype myself up in my journal, or whatever it is, right? We have to be able to rely on ourselves to fulfill that love language, whether we are in a relationship, married, have children, whatever it is, right? We can't rely on other people to give us what we need in those cases, or for food to give us what we need in those cases. That's our responsibility. And anything extra is improving on that, right? Like for my husband, he will still give me those words of encouragement, but it's not his responsibility to fulfill the way that I feel, right? So keep that in mind. Tap into your emotions and see what it is you really need. Sometimes like, oh man, I need chips, or I need this or that. And it's like, no, you may just need, to sit down and really have that conversation with yourself. Why am I feeling this way? What is it that I'm trying to suppress? Think about those things. And that's how we improve our relationship with food little by little. And I'm going to talk more about this on the last day of this challenge. So definitely get tapped into that, because I'm excited to talk more about it. And I talked more about it in a previous challenge, but I'm really ready to talk about it again. Improving that relationship with food. So that's it for today, you guys. I hope that resonated with you. And I hope that it gave you some information on what you need to do next. What you need to do next. What would be the best fasting style for you to start with, to do a little research on, and then decide to continue. And if you are taking part in this challenge, We're doing 16-8 fasting for each and every day of this 5-day challenge. And so let me know if you've been participating in that. And if you came to get more information about intermittent fasting, like you're really at the beginning, you can definitely start implementing right away. I also had a little level 2. And Shonda, she told me she was joining me on that. Level 2 for this challenge is alternate day OMAD 16-8. OMAD 16-8 OMAD. So that's what we did. Basically, yesterday we did 1 meal a day fasting, and today we're doing 16-8 fasting. So today I started eating at 12. I'm fired up. Just, opened up my eating window, just ate right before, and had some leftovers from yesterday. And also I started with a little smoothie bowl. So, that's my favorite. So yeah. So that's what I have going on for today. I'm going to be eating until 8, so I have maybe about 5 more hours of eating today. And then tomorrow, I won't be eating until about 5 p.m. So that's what's going on. Let me know how it's going for you if you are choosing to fast with us this week. And I have a short workout circuit for us to do today. So let's jump right into that. Okay, we're going to be hitting the lower body in this circuit. And I love to do this. I want you to repeat this circuit 3 times if you are ready for that. Okay. And then if you're not, it's fine. It's completely fine. Just make sure that you are doing it at least once and pushing yourself to do it twice if you can. Okay. So let me take this off my screen so we can get into the workout. All right, let me close some things to make sure the bandwidth is a little bit faster. Let me know which pros and cons of intermittent fasting stood out to you the most. Okay. Also, this is going to be about 10 minutes. Okay. This circuit is going to be about 10 minutes. So I just want to be clear about that with you so that you know how much time we have left. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get into the workout. So what I have right here is my band. Okay. I'm pulling up the exercises right here. Okay, what I have right here is my band. And what I like to do for a little warm-up is I usually like to jump rope. I don't really have time for that today. But we're going to do a little dynamic warm-up for about 2 minutes or so. And then we're going to jump straight into the workout. Okay? So let's just move this right here. Put this here. I got to get my screen together. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. So warm up. I'm going to put this on. Okay. And we're going to do a jumping jack with the band. Jumping jacks. We're going to do 30. And 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2. This is how we warm up fast. If you don't have a lot of time, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Open the legs. Use that band. We're burning more calories. We're getting the heart rate up faster. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Great job. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our hands here. We're going to crunch down. My band is kind of tight, y'all. All right, we're going to crunch down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Great job. Last thing we're going to do for our warm-up, we're going to do a lunge forward, just like this. We're going to turn. All right. We're going to hold that pose. All right. Press into it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Bring your feet together. Now let's switch it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stretch into it. 8, 9, and 10. Great job. All right. So let's get to our first exercise. First exercise is standing crunch to a squat. I know I want to get some range of motion, so I'm going to sit my band down. This is how we're going to do it. Standing crunch 1, 2, just like that. All right. So we're going to do that for 60 seconds. Let me see if I have a timer. I don't know. Let's start in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow down. 5, 6. Y'all hear those chickens? 7, 8. Keep the core tight. 9 and 10. Great job. Next one we're going to do, it's going to be just like this. Now, let me point this down so you can kind of see my feet, because that's the main thing for this, right? These are called skaters. And it's really like we're skating. We're going to be going here. We're crossing the other leg back, jumping over, and crossing back. Jump over, back. All right, we're going to do that for 60 seconds. I'm going to lift this up a little bit. Keep the core tight. Stay low. Breathe it out. Almost there. Like we're really skating, y'all. Almost there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. What do we have next? Squat to toe tap. All right. So it's going to be just like this. All right. We're going to come down for a squat. We're going to kick that foot out. Nice and slow. We're using that core. Keep going. Halfway through it. Come down nice and low. Nine. And last one, y'all. Let's get it. Make it pretty. Great job. All right. This one we're going to do a squat again. But we're going to turn our toes out. We're going to open our legs up. It's the sumo squat. So y'all know sumo wrestlers, right? They're the big guys. I believe it's a Japanese thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they do a wide leg stance in their fighting style. And that's what we're going to do, a wide leg stance, okay? Point the toes out. So we're going to go down in 3, 2, 1, and go. Squeeze on the come up. 2. Push from the heels. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 3 more. 11, 12, 13. Give me 1 more. And 14. Great job. Those are sumo squats with the toes pointed out, okay? All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a squat hold. So I'm going to use this pillar here. I'm going to sit down on it. You know, like back in the day, squatting down on the wall, arms straight out. And what I like to do is I like to put my arms out, back, anything to distract me from the legs. I like to do it, okay? Sometimes I will even lift up 1 foot at a time, just one heel, and then the other heel. I do many things to hold myself in this position, okay? And the reason why is we're pressing that lower back into the wall, okay? Where our thighs have to be parallel to the ground, okay? I don't want to see you super high up like this, you know, basically just leaning on the wall like you're at a party. I want you down here, all right? And that's what I want you to do. Lift up 1 heel at a time. All right, press that lower back into the wall. Give me 10 more seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Great job. We're going to do a toe tap. And what I want to do is a toe tap a little bit differently than we did before, meaning I want us to bring that knee up, tap that toe to the floor, and bring it right back up because we're using the core. If you have issues with your lower stomach area, this is going to be great for you. Okay, you can definitely hold on to something, or you can just balance yourself. We're going to start in 3, 2, and 1. Up and tap. Barely tap. You really don't have to touch the floor. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Try to stay straight. 8, 9, and 10. Great. Switch legs. Okay, let me step back a little and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Use that core. 8, 9. Last one. And 10. Great job. Great job. What we have next? I have a tempo squat, okay, for about 30 seconds. And the tempo squat is going to be very slow. So it's going to be about 4 seconds down, 4 seconds back up. And then we're going to do a really fast squat. And then I have a little finisher, okay? And that's going to be our circuit. So let's go ahead and do that. The slow squat in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1. Press up from your heels. 2. We're going to do 10. 3. Keep going. Keep the core tight. 4. 5. We're halfway through it. 6. 7. 8. Nice and slow tempo. 9. Make sure you're sitting all the way back and down. Last one right here. 10. Great job. Now we're going to a fast squat. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fast tempo. 12, 13, double the amount. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Last one. And 20. Great job. All right. Last thing we're going to do, this is our finisher right here. This is our burnout. We're going to do just like this, you guys. We're going to come down to a squat. We're going to punch. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Stay as low as you can. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 5 more. 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Great job. Give me a half time for that. You did a great job on the workout. I'm sweating. Great workout. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see y'all tomorrow, same time. Let me tell you what I have planned for tomorrow. We're going to be talking about things to look out for when intermittent fasting and who should not try intermittent fasting, when you should stop if you're intermittent fasting, okay? But great workout today. I'm so proud of you for keeping on pushing throughout this workout and keeping on pushing throughout this challenge. We are almost halfway through it. And I'm so excited to share with you what I have in store for tomorrow. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace, you guys.